In another part of the land, the priests of King Noah, who had fled at the command of their king, fearing that the people would slay them, they durst not return to their wives and their children.
Having discovered the daughters of the Lamanites, they took them and carried them into the wilderness. This angered the Lamanites, for they thought it was the people of Limhi who took them, and they sent their armies to attack Limhi and his people. But King Limhi realized that it was Amulon and his fellow priests who were at fault, and was able to pacify the Lamanite king and fulfill the oath which they had made with him. For they felt it was better that they should be in bondage than that they should lose their lives. After many days, the Lamanites began again to be stirred up in anger against the Nephites, and they began to come into the borders of the land.
Now they durst not slay them because of the oath which their king had made unto Limhi, but they would smite them and exercise authority over them, and began to put heavy burdens upon their backs and drive them as they would a dumb ass. Yea, all this was done that the word of the Lord might be fulfilled. There was no way that they could deliver themselves out of their hands, for the Lamanites had surrounded them on every side. The people began to be desirous to go against them to battle, and the Lamanites beat them and drove them back and slew many of them. And they went again to battle, but they were driven back again, suffering much loss. Yea, they went again even the third time, and suffered in the like manner, and those that were not slain returned again to the city of Nephi. And they did humble themselves even to the dust, subjecting themselves to the yoke of bondage, submitting themselves to be smitten and to be driven to and fro and burdened according to the desires of their enemies.
Please keep my son safe.
And they did cry mightily to God, that he would deliver them out of their afflictions.
Amen. Amen.
Now the Lord was slow to hear their cry because of their iniquities. Nevertheless, the Lord did hear their cries, and began to soften the hearts of the Lamanites, that they began to ease their burdens.
And they began to prosper by degrees in the land, and to raise grain more abundantly, and flocks and herds, that they did not suffer hunger.